Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is WIP Wednesday. I'm a little behind schedule. Normally I record these like Tuesday, so it's up first thing Wednesday morning, but I'm actually recording this on WIP Wednesday, and that is just because my landscapers accidentally hit my internet line on Monday. I had a serious case of the Mondays. But yeah, I was uploading like the 2K giveaway video announcement and my internet went out. And I heard the machines running, so I was like, oh crap, please let this just be a coincidence. And so I texted my neighbor, because she works from home too, and I was like, hey, is your internet out? No. Oh shoot. So yeah, they had cut the line, and I was lucky. The internet company was able to come out the next day and fix it, but I had to use a mobile hotspot to work, so I fell behind with that, and I haven't even done much coloring since the weekend, and I'm kind of going through withdrawals, so I was extra excited to record this. I have like 4 whips going on right now, and a 5th in the making because I'm doing my purple hair for Color Soft. And then over the weekend I had started this picture in Tomislav Tomic. And I was coloring this while I was answering the questions for the 2K giveaway, but yeah, it's just this double page spread. I had picked it out for my June pages. I do still have this WIP from, I think this was last week. Everything's done. With the backgrounds, I was kind of sitting on it waiting. I did use my metallic watercolor paints. Hopefully you can see them, because see that ribbon? Ooh, shiny. Love it. I had sat on it for a little bit, deciding what I was going to do, and I've decided I'm going to use some pan pastels to cover the whole background, spray it down, and I'm still not sure what I want to do with the wings. I'm having a hard time, so that's why it's kind of just hanging out for a minute. But everything else is done and ready to go. I want a pink hair thing, I just realized, because I got this one too. 2 different kinds of pink hair. Right, this is polychromos, the other one was just Prismacolors. So this is still a WIP, but that was because a few of you from the live stream asked that I keep working on it in the next live stream, so I'm hanging on to it till this weekend. I may finish up her skin off camera because I still have so much to finish coloring that I want to definitely finish it on the next live stream. So yeah, I might start working on the rest of her skin. Her face isn't even done yet. I'll leave like the eyes and stuff. And then I have this one in Minuet de Bon Hur. Can never see it. Let me see if I can open it. So this I started this weekend. Yeah, I started over the weekend with my Derwent ink tents, just playing around with them, having some fun. And I couldn't decide what I wanted to do up here, but I just got my Albrecht Dürers, and I finally swatched them yesterday. I'm gonna edit that video and get that up too, but it'll probably be after this one because this is priority. But I think I'm gonna use those in the background and then just finish up my little bubbles with some white gel pen. But I'm loving the way this turned out. I just kind of got stuck for a minute, I guess, on what to do next. But yeah, the whole thing's with ink tents so far. So I don't really like the ink tents on this paper. The paper's thinner. It's a little rough. I mean, it has a little tooth to it, but yeah, I wasn't enjoying the way the ink tents laid down on here as opposed to how they lay down on others, because they just soaked in too quickly. Like in a Johanna Basford book or Romantic Country, it is so thick and so smooth that it doesn't absorb as quickly, so you can move it. But in this book, I noticed it just straight up went whoop right in, so I had to move quickly and do some corrections. But yes, I've got like whips. My craft desk right now is so crowded. I've got my stack of books in the corner of things to color. I've got off to this side my Color Soft purple hair. I've got all my polychromos and Lumis stacked over here with my Albrecht Dürers. I'm like working in like this tiny little space. Basically what you see on camera is where I'm working. So I'm cramped up in here. So yeah, I started this WIP, oh, it's all dusty, with my Black Widows, and I'm not liking how the Black Widows lay down on this paper, so I'm trying my darndest to not switch over to Prismas. Like, Prismas are my backup plan always. Like, the purples just aren't blending the way I want. Like, you can see I've tried a few different techniques, you know. I don't like any of them, but I don't want to go and erase it because that's a lot of erasing, and purple's not a fun color to erase. So I'm going to try and stick with it. We'll see. But I was going to take a break from the purple and move on to some of the other greenery and see if that gets me back in the mood to keep using these Black Widows. So let's find out. I need to pick out some greens. Let's see. All right. Let's get my chart. Let's get Fang Green. Gosh, my desk is so cramped. I'm like, I'm elbowing everything. Okay, I got Fang Green. Let's do maybe Toxic Green, 104. This might end up being too bright, but this whole picture is bright. Okay, Toxic Green. Oh, what color next? Let's try Grub. Where is my Grub? Oh, there it is. So with my Black Widows, I store them in numerical order because they are just too freaking hard to do in color order, especially because of the black matte finish on 3 out of the 5 sets. Wait, 3 out of the 6 sets? Yeah, 3 out of 6 sets. Keep forgetting Monarch is a thing. I think we'll just stick to those 3. Okay. But yeah, the reason I was using my Black Widows is, well, after doing my coloring collection video, I've realized I own too many pencils that I don't use. So it's like, okay, I really need to start using these things. And I have a hair tutorial coming up with them. And so I just wanted to kind of get a feel for them. All right, 1 second while I sharpen. I got the new, well, it's new to me, the AF-Matte sharpener. I swear, we're all on an AF-Matte train in the coloring community. Can't take credit for it though. I got the idea from Karen Valentine because I had a little battery sharpener that I use for my Prismas, just because Prismas and my doll don't always play nice. And then I've always used a battery or electric sharpener for my Black Widows because I honestly get a ton of breakage with my Black Widows if I don't. So my battery power one was dying, and so I asked Karen which one she used, and it's this little, not little, it's actually kind of big, this AF-Matte sharpener, and it can handle 6 to 12 millimeter size barrels. So that was kind of important because I have the Felissimo squares, I have the Brute Fooners. I'd love for them to fit, and I love that this one just stops. When it reaches its point, it just stops. So my battery powered one didn't, like I had to stop it. So that's kind of a nice change of pace. Where am I starting? I don't know, we're just gonna toss some green in here and go from there. So yeah, no internet for a little bit. That was interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I've become so reliant on internet. You know, I mean, I work from home for one, so literally rely on internet to sustain. But I mean, everything is internet. I mean, even my alarm system is internet. Now, obviously, the alarm itself still works and radios a signal, but like all my security cameras don't. And the one that I didn't even think about was my flippin' printer. Because I was like, oh, whatever, the internet's out. I had been working on creating a purple hair color with my Derwent Color Softs, and I wanted to reprint the page on a lighter grayscale because the one I had printed was too dark. So I was looking to print that, and I was like, well, I can print this out and get it all ready and start recording my purple hair. And then I hit print, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, Wi-Fi printing, right, oops, so that's not gonna work. And I was like scouring my house. We have like tons of boxes of cords. I don't know why. I need to just chuck that. But I'm like sitting there trying to figure out, you know, like, will this work? Will this work? And I couldn't find a cord to my printer. So I need to buy one. Lesson learned there. I need to go find a cord for it. I don't want to like buy one specifically for that model though, because the second I run out of toner, I'm actually replacing it with its big brother, the latest and greatest. And I don't know if they'll use the same one. And I don't want to waste money on like a printer cable. I mean, what's a cable? Like 10 bucks, but still, it's 10 bucks that's just gonna go in the garbage or recycle, I guess. But yeah, it was, man, Monday, ooh, I was not having a good Monday. I just didn't sleep well, and then I got up and I started with great intentions. Like I even did a post on Instagram and Facebook because I have this corner in my living room. Like when we were walking through the house and thinking of buying it, like when I saw that one corner by the window, I was like, you know, it would be so perfect to buy one of those big oversized chairs with an ottoman and put it right there so that I could check out the mountain views that we have from the back of our house. But also it would like, it's in the perfect corner where it sees everything going on in the main level. And so you like kind of just look over your house, look over the mountains, look over your backyard, see what the dog is doing. But it's like a peaceful little corner. It's not facing the TV, so you don't watch TV sitting there. It's basically a corner to read, color. I just basically sit there and sip my coffee and quiet, because yeah, once everyone else is awake around here, there is no such thing as quiet. Especially now with all of them out of school and their friends over. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. The other day I finally had to be like, okay, your friends gotta go. Like it's too much going on right now for me. And but yeah, so it's just this peaceful little corner, and I was sitting there and made this post because I really believe in morning routines. Like I always sit and give myself 20 minutes not to not think about like, you know, what I gotta do for the kids, what cleaning things I gotta do today, what I gotta do work-wise, nothing. Like nobody gets anything out of my brain for that 20 minutes. I just kind of sit and reflect and all that and just take a minute to myself, and everyone should do that, whether you have kids or not, because we all need like that little moment. And then I get up and go about my day. I'll usually sit there and journal for a little bit. I journal every day because I believe like our brains are just full of stress, full of worries, full of just random thoughts, anything. It doesn't even have to be negative. It just, when you got so much in your brain cluttering it up, you can't think straight and you're not as productive. So I always journal every morning, and I just write everything out, whatever comes to mind. So if someone read my journal, it probably reads like a bunch of crazy lady ramblings, but it is me. And I kind of just like spill it all out so that I'm ready to tackle the day with nothing holding me back. And so I had journaled, and then I sat down, and like I said, I was able to film the questions for the 2K giveaway. And then right as I was done and I sat down to work, that's when the internet went out. I was like, oh no. And it just went downhill from there. It just kept going and going. The screen is really dusty. Yeah, I mean, they cut the internet, and it happens. Like, just about everyone I know who has installed sprinklers has had their line cut. It's just like a it was a fat chance of me getting my sprinklers installed without something getting cut. And I guess it's better than like my power, because the power company isn't as quick to reply to those. So yeah, I mean, it could have been way worse. And like I said, it was fixed in like 24 hours, but 24 hours without internet in today's age is one heck of a long time. But work was crazy. Mondays are like the worst day for me to lose internet because I'm always very busy on Monday. And it was just, I mean, chaos storm. And then my freaking ant invasion is back. Oh my gosh, like I constantly have our pest company coming out because these ants are like relentless, man. I've got baits galore. I don't know where they're coming from. And our pest guy was like, you know, as long as there's homes being built next to you, and, you know, right now with the landscaping, they're just going to keep popping up and they'll smack them down. But, like, even this morning, I go in my master bathroom and I drop something and go to pick it up, and I see this ant crawling. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, one, how are you getting into my house? And two, why are you in my master bath? There's nothing good in here for you. Like, so I was going around with freaking ant spray. Awesome way to start the day, inhaling that. Woo! Good times. And so I'm gonna have to call the pest company when they open and be like, "Hi, you guys, it's me again. The ants are back." I had spotted a few in the kitchen, but now they're in my master bath, so they're gonna have to come out and do another round. Like, I don't know if we just have like multiple ant colonies, because the other ant colony should be dead by now with all that bait. I mean, he baited everything. I have a garage now full of just dead ant bodies. It's kind of disturbing. I need to take a picture though, because it is tons of ants. And I was supposed to clean it out last weekend, but we just got busy, and by the time the weekend came around, I didn't feel like cleaning my garage. But yeah, I need to pull everything out of that side and take like a leaf blower and blow their little dead bodies out of my garage, and get that cleaned up. So I am going to do that this week. But it must be a totally different colony because they baited that whole garage and right outside the garage where they think they were coming in. So I don't know, maybe my house was built on a freaking anthill or multiple anthills. I don't know. It's getting really annoying. Like, and I keep a clean house. Although after bending down and finding that ant, I was like, oh, I need to wash my floors. So that's on my to-do list now too. Thanks, ants. But I usually try to avoid washing and vacuuming on the same week my dog is going to the grooming appointment, because she is so due for a groomer appointment. She is shedding like pounds of fur. It's just everywhere. So my little poor Roomba is going around sucking it all up. But I always wait, because then when she's at the groomer, I wash my floors and vacuum, and then everything's clean and fresh, and she comes home and her shedding is not as crazy for like in a week or two. But yeah, her appointment supposedly was today, and so I had to cancel last night because it's always on Fridays, never on a Wednesday. So I think our groomer like messed up with scheduling, because she even called me last week and was like, oh yeah, just confirming Scout's appointment Friday, and then all my text reminders said today. So hopefully they call me back so we can reschedule her, because she is filthy and needs a bath oh so bad, and a de-shed like no other. She's just grungy from our backyard being nothing but dirt, which sucks because you get her groomed and then she comes home and goes outside in the dirt. But with it being so hot right now, she literally just goes outside, does her business, literally, and then comes back in, because she's like, oh, no thanks. Which is great, because I feel the same way about this weather. But yeah, today is going to be a busy one. I'm recording this right now and it is only 6 o'clock in the morning, so hopefully the lighting is okay. I get, my office gets the morning sun, which is nice. No, I'm sorry. It gets the afternoon sun. The back of my house gets the morning sun. But the lighting is good in the morning. Yeah, because in the afternoon over here it's gnarly. I gotta close my blinds. But it works perfectly because then the back end of the house doesn't get all hot, and that's where we have a ton of windows, is the back of the house. So it's perfect the way it's facing. Let's see. I'm just gonna make all the rest of the leaves this color. Like, I am having a serious rut with this page, but it's like I've started it and I need to finish it. And I'm not going for like anything realistic. I want it to be all bright and colorful and whimsical and crazy. But these black widows on this paper, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that one again. I'm trying to think. My black widows work okay on Johanna Basford pages, and those are pretty similar. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm out of practice with my black widows. But the more I use these, the more I'm like, oh, I miss my Prismas. Bring them back. Oh, you know what? That's my other grain right there. I hope I wrote that down. Yeah, I did. So I hope everyone is well. I had a blast answering all of your cool questions from the 2K giveaway. That was fun. And I do think I answered them all. It was just a little, there was quite a few of them. So hopefully I answered them to what everyone intended. It's so hard because some of them could be interpreted multiple ways. So I'm like, oh, I hope I'm answering this in the way you had meant it to be asked. But regardless, I had a blast answering those. I mean, whether they were coloring or not coloring related, they were a lot of fun. I did have to take a lot of breaks. I needed mental breaks, and even had to take a food and water break in there because I was like, oh, I need to replenish and recharge here. But it was awesome. So many of you participated. I appreciate it a ton. I had fun. I hope you had fun watching the answers. And I'll have to think what I'll do for the next one. I don't want to always do a Q&A because then that could get really long. So I got to think of something fun for the next one. But we have some time before I hit 3K. But I do appreciate everyone who participated in that, and you all had some very sweet, like, motivating comments, which were great. You know, I love hearing from you guys, and it's always nice to know, you know, people are watching. Because, like, with WIP Wednesdays, it's like I'm literally talking to myself right now, and I wonder who's watching it. It's just a girl and her book and her pencils, alone with her camera. Kind of how I feel sometimes. Let's see, I think that actually should be, yeah, so I need to get my other greens out for those ones. But yeah, these black widows on this paper, I just think I haven't used my black widows in so long. For some reason, I thought they were smoother. Or maybe I'm just picking colors that aren't smooth. I don't know. I mean, one thing with black widows is their colors have always been very, very vibrant. Like, just wow. Which I love. Like, it's cool. Nothing muted up in there. I mean, they got their pastels from their Monarch, which they really needed to kind of round things out, but still, it's just very bright and cheerful and fun, except this purple color. I've noticed their purples kind of aren't that great. I don't know. Alright. Looking for more leaves. Oh my gosh, when I was first coloring these flowers, I kept missing these flowers. And then, like, on my other page, my other WIP, with the frogs. I'd be like, okay, I'm done with all the frogs. And then I'd go to color something else. Like, oh shoot, there's a frog. And then I swear I would get them all and then come back to coloring and then there was another frog. It's like, I don't know what's going on with my eyesight. They're like sitting there right in front of me the whole time. I'm like, I don't see it. So thank goodness that wasn't on a live stream or something. Like, I got all my frogs and you guys are just sitting there like, Corey, there's 4 frogs still on your page that you need to color. Yeah, I'm doing nothing fancy schmancy here. Like, I just wanted to kind of take some black widows, do some 3 and 4 color blends, not go for realism, just fun, relaxing. All those portraits I've been doing are, you know, they take a lot more time and effort, especially if, you know, because you're going for a realistic look. So I was like, it would just be fun to do something super colorful and not the usual. I was gonna start my page for Pride Month today, but then I was like, no, I need to finish all the freaking WIPs I got on my desk. I've got some more videos I gotta get recording for you guys. I'm falling behind this month. Got a whole list of videos I need to do. I'm glad for the 2K giveaway. As of this morning, our winner hasn't seen the video yet, but she will probably by the time this posts. I was trying to get it up so quickly before she went to bed last night, but I had just missed her. So I was like, oh shoot. So that one's gonna be fun because it's a surprise. I did notice someone tried to impersonate her on the original video, even made a name and used her picture, and said thank you and put their email address in the comments. And you can actually click on it and it goes to a profile that has no video. Like, I made it pretty clear that this person was in the coloring community and I knew them, so okay. But there's people out there that do that to try and like cheat giveaways, which kind of sucks because then it makes it harder, you know. You can't just like announce and surprise a winner anymore. You have to like contact them privately and get their info, because the second you announce the winner, you get these people who fake and like pretend to be them. Because I had that happen to a friend of mine. Someone was messaging her saying they were the winner and they hadn't received it, and she was like, but I sent it to the winner already. And so it's just awful, but it is the internet age. Welcome to the world of scams. Sucks that it's in our coloring community, but there are people that literally just troll YouTube for giveaways. Like they'll just join giveaways to join them, whether they're subscribed to you or not, and then, like I said, create the fake profile to pretend that they're the winner. So if any of you ever do a giveaway, just always be careful and aware of that, because sadly it does happen. But yeah, it was a good giveaway. Definitely we'll do another one. I'm planning on doing one on my Facebook group at 2,500 because I just think that would be fun. And at least that one's a little easier. It's harder to impersonate people. You'd have to straight up make a whole new profile and join as that person's double. Let me sharpen these again. I hate dull pencils. But I love that. See, you can hear it stopping with each one. It literally just stops once they're at their point. It's like the best sharpener ever. Because most electric ones chew up your pencil, but this one doesn't. It stops where it needs to stop. Oh man, I missed that huge freaking leaf right there. Look at that. That's a whole different color combo. maybe I should not be working on busy pages this month. Like my Pride Month one, I'm gonna do a rainbow. Gosh, I hope I don't mess that one up. I want to do a page with just my Albrecht Dürers that I got. Wow, this is a dusty color. So I think that would be fun. I swatched them yesterday. Look at those colors. Ooh. Tell me those aren't pretty. Oh, and so gorgeous. I didn't do it on watercolor paper. Gotta save that expensive paper for coloring. So I just used a thicker cardstock just because I didn't want to waste my expensive paper. I'm getting back into watercolor, like sketching and portraits and whatnot. And so I've been kind of on the hunt for a new set of watercolors because my old one were more like student grade ones and I want better. So I've been kind of looking, and like my old set is about 6 years old. It will re-wet. It's just I kind of want to up my game, I guess, and get something more professional that'll last me, well, unless I go through them quickly, but last me a while, and if I take a break, like they'll still work a few years later. So I've gotten some suggestions from people, but I think I'm gonna do those White Night, I think it's St. Petersburg. That I checked out the palette and it looks pretty good. It has some light and dark colors. Of course, you can always make your own. Like you can get a simple 12 color palette and make light and dark, like easy peasy. But it's nice when they have a little bit of a variety too, to just save you on mixing or accidentally making mud. When I first learned watercolors, there was a lot of mud up in there. Like, I'm just trying to make dark purple. And now I got mud. But yeah, I'll start getting into that. With the watercolor pencils, it'll be fun because you can just sketch it out, activate it, and play, play around with them that way. I just want to get into some art outside of the coloring book. I'll still be coloring, of course, because coloring is just where you can zone out. I'm not creating something from scratch and my brain having to work and be all creative. So nothing will ever replace coloring. But I just wanted to kind of branch out and do some stuff that I haven't done in a while. One, to just see if I can remember how to do it. Is it like riding a bike or not? I don't know. We'll find out. But also, I kind of feel like over the years, my brain's creativity has kind of died down, and I honestly think it's because I don't sketch and paint like I used to. I do colors, so that still keeps those creative juices flowing, I guess, but I don't know, I've just noticed like I used to be super wordsy person, and I can't, half the time I'm like grasping for words. Could just be age, or just, life bogging down your brain to the point where it's not really going to work to its full capacity anymore. Probably more that route, but either way, it's always good to exercise both sides of your brain, and art is a great way to do one of the sides. This is one of my favorite Black Widow green combos, by the way. It's just forest, sorry, not forest, no brain. It's Fang green, Toxic green, and Grub green. 2 are from Black Widow, 1 is from Scorpion. It was just a combo I found when I used to only have the 3 tins, and then I got the Skin Tone Light and Dark, and then I got the Monarchs when they first came out. I do hope they plan on combining all of them though and fixing the pricing, because right now to buy all these sets individually, it's pretty expensive. And I mean, I love Black Widows, don't get me wrong. They're an awesome pencil. They're fun and quirky too. I mean, this black wood, awesome. The names of these pencils are excellent. I mean, they're just not your average Joe Schmo pencil. But I don't think the quality of the pencil is worth like the total cost if you buy all 6 tins separate. You know, it gets pretty pricey. And these used to be kind of considered a budget pencil, but I can't really even say that anymore, because when you add it all up, oh, I can't even remember. I added it the other day because someone was asking. I was like, man, that's a lot of money for Black Widows. Like, I could go buy some Prismacolors and or polys, you know, but they're a fun like little one to add to your collection. I just wouldn't look at them as a budget pencil, and that's sad, because they're a great pencil. It's just the pricing is pushing them away from the budgetary like side of it, and they're expensive, but the quality just isn't there to justify the price, at least to me. But that doesn't mean they don't have potential. It's just, I think they should come out with a whole 144 set, all sets combined, and then kind of just like, you know, one big package price. That would be awesome, but I don't know if they'll do that. The guy that runs it, you know, it's just a small operation, so it's kind of like a boutique pencil because of how, ooh, that one broke, of how it's made. But yeah, I don't know if his team is planning to actually repackage them all or not. Apparently you can buy open stock in like stores in Australia, someone commented. So that's cool. Definitely can't buy them open stock here. You can message, though, the owner on Facebook, and he's pretty quick to reply and place your order. You just have to pay for shipping and any VAT fees. Like, I would have to pay a VAT fee. So that's just one thing to keep in mind if you order open stock. I have not gone through an entire pencil yet, but I'm getting there. And I do get a lot of breakage with these, so I have always had to use electric or battery sharpeners. The first time I ever used them, my greens just like were torn up by my Tagal, even my doll. I don't know if I just happened to have a bad batch or what, but I've always had to use an electric sharpener for these things. And so now some of them are getting too short. They're not going to fit in that aft mat. And I mean, the solution is where I tape my pencils together, but I don't have any spares of that color. So I'm just going to have to like tape it to its green buddy next to it on the color chart. Because I don't know if I'll go through the hassle of getting these open stock yet or not. I don't use them enough to justify it. In fact, while coloring this picture, I almost got so frustrated with them, I almost gave them to my daughter. I was like, screw these things. But it's not the pencil's fault, it's this paper. They're just not responding well to this paper. I can't remember if this is the Czech or Dutch version. I get them confused, but the Tomislav Tomic 2 books, I was going to do it. That's what I was going to do, and I never got around to it because someone had asked what the difference was. And I was going to do a video showing you guys, since I do have both editions. There actually are differences. Some would call them minor. I personally think they're pretty significant differences. I mean, paper, printing, there's quite a few differences actually between the two. And considering they're so hard to get here in the US, it's probably a good idea to know which one you want. Because you'll have to either order it on Etsy, or I went to Amazon UK and ordered it from there and they shipped it. Only bummer is you can't use your Prime membership, not unless you want to have a second membership. So you do have to pay like the shipping to bring it over. So it was an expensive purchase to get these. And there's a few Etsy sellers that have them, but shipping, I think for them, ranges from 20 to 30, or not 20, 12 to 30 bucks, depending on who you buy them from. So there's an FYI there. But yeah, there is a big difference between the versions, that's for sure. And I probably should do a video on it. All right, did we get all the leaves? Well, this color leaf, because I even missed this one up here. And it was right there next to that one. See, I was really out of it that day. All right, I think these are all just mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. I am gonna do a video because I've had a few requests about like how I start my coloring pages. I've got so many videos planned for you guys, along with some color charts I'm gonna start releasing. It's going to be a very busy month, and some of these videos I might actually schedule to go out in July. We'll see. I don't want it to be like video overload. But yeah, it's got lots in the works, and I'm just, thing is, I'll make a list, but I may not get through that entire list of videos I want to make, and that's okay. And I'm not like gonna hold myself to some rigid schedule because that'll kind of kill the fun of it. So if you do ask for a tutorial and I say I'll do it, don't worry, it is on my list. It's just a matter of time, and then also, you know, am I feeling that tutorial that day? Because sometimes it's just like, oh, I don't feel like making clouds, or I don't know. So it's gotta be there, but I do have a running list of anything that's ever been requested along with my hair series. So don't worry, they will get done. It might not be today, tomorrow, but they are on my list, and I appreciate everyone who like contributes to that, and they will get done, so don't worry. The hair series is taking up some time. I feel so bad because a few of you were bummed that I'm not doing the long tutorials. So now I'm like, oh, maybe I should do some long ones. So like with the purple hair, I'll give you a sneak peek. So this is the picture. If you remember my June pages to color, TBCs. Ooh, that's a little dusty. This is the lovely Mariola Budek picture I had picked for the purple hair with Color Soft. Let's not look at the skin. Color Soft has horrible skin colors. But here's the purple color that we'll be doing. I was kind of playing around with it. Let's see how this is a darker grayscale than this one. Oh, it'd help if it was on frame, wouldn't it? See, way darker. I need it lighter. I think I might do pan pastel for her skin. I'm not sure, but I do need to record that one now that I have the combo all set up. And then I'm hoping to get that one out this week. That's kind of the pickle I'm in. So if I do a full-length tutorial, like I said, I mean, these take hours and then hours to edit. So I'm sitting there, you know, I have to sit down at my craft desk to color them. And I'm not always in the mood to sit at my craft desk and color. Like I literally only color at this desk for you guys. Or if I'm using a medium that's too messy and I can't, you know, risk it. Like my pan pastels, I'm not doing those on my couch or in my bed. So certain finishes are always here at my desk. But for the most part, I'm coloring in my little corner of the living room or on my bed. So yeah, like, you know, and I find hair very relaxing to do, but not so much in this chair. It's a very uncomfortable chair. But yeah, I'll try to do at least one full-length hair tutorial a month. And then the others, I'll just kind of show you the combo, show you how to apply it to different areas of the hair, like the curvature and stuff. Like, so if she has a braid, I'll do parts of the braid along with other parts of the hair in that shorter tutorial. And then it won't be sped up, it'll just be me talking and kind of walking you through it, and then kind of leave you to finish that hair yourself. But I think You guys will be surprised. If I give you enough to, get going, you'll be able to finish it without following me through to the end. To be honest, like I'll just help lay that foundation with that color, with that picture, and those, particular pencils, and you can totally, I believe in you guys. But this will help me get more hair tutorials out each month, because that's kind of the pickle. It's like, well, I can either do 2 tutorials because that's all I was able to do in May, or I can do like 4 or 5. So it's just a matter of how many do we want to get through, because I do have a long running list. You guys were so awesome about giving hair colors and pencil brands. I was surprised Colorsoft I have a few Colorsoft requests. If you don't know, they're Derwent pencils, Colorsoft. I call them Derwent's first attempt at trying to replace Prismacolor. I don't know if they really had that intention, but that's just what I joke that they are. Because it was supposed to be their soft wax pencil, but it's not soft. It's no Prisma, that's for sure. They're harder, they're pretty dusty. They're definitely a layering pencil and not a blending pencil at all. They layer beautifully though, I'll give them that. But they just don't perform like a Prisma. And if you go using them like a Prisma, like I did when I first got them, you'll be like, what on earth is this thing? So it took me a while to overcome that, because the first time I used them, I'm like, these are dusty, these are not smushy, what the heck? So then I had to I did some color alongs with other colorists who were using them, and I instantly realized that this was a layering pencil, which is fine. I can work with layering pencils once I know that it's a layering pencil, but I don't know, there's something about those that it makes me hard to use them as often, because they just don't match up with my coloring style. Like if you love to just sit there and lightly layer, you would like the Colorsofts, I think, because they are very pretty colors. It's just they do require some layering up in there just to bring them out. Otherwise they're pretty dusty and flat. But with the hair, I was actually pretty surprised at how well they did, but they do have that harder lead, so they hold up well, they hold their point, and it was surprisingly easy to find a purple hair combo, because I was kind of worried on that one. There was only 72 of those, so it was kind of a hit or miss. I'm like, I don't want this to be pink, but I think, I don't have my color chart. They don't have a ton of purple in that set, and I was trying to make sure it was really a purple hair and not a pink one, because I've done way too much pink this month. Y'all need some real purple. And I didn't even realize that until I looked at my 2 WIPs, and both of them have pink hair. And I'm doing another one with light pink hair. That's right, that's the color that was requested with the Black Widows. I did do a vote when I was doing that for the Christine Caron one, this one here. I had done a poll on my community tab, and I swear Black Widow and Polly's were neck and neck. Like every hour I would check and one would jump into the winner's slot, and next hour they would flip-flop. And so I basically just did a cutoff time, and whoever was winning at that time was the color I used. But I have another Mariola Budek picture that I'm going to do light pink hair. And this might actually work out really well, because Black Widow has a lot of pinks, lots of light pinks. So I could make a really good light pink hair using Black Widows, to be honest, better than I could do for a dark pink, because I mean, they have a couple dark pinks. That plum might actually work in there too. But yeah, I mean, look at all these light pinks. This would be awesome. And yes, I have a blank one because I never got a pig's ear. My Scorpion set came with 2 fairy floss, I think it was, or something like that. I had a duplicate in there. So I don't know what pig's ear looks like. I'm so curious. But I don't want to go buy another set of scorpions just to find out. And I could have totally returned them to Amazon. It was just straight lazy on my part. Because I'd already sharpened them and swatched them. And I was like, oh, screw it, whatever. One day I'll find out what pig's ear the color is. Yeah, so the Yasmin or Yasmin one from Mariola Budek will have light pink hair with black widows. And black widows will actually do really well with the hair because they do hold their point well. I know it doesn't seem like it while I'm coloring right now, but that's because I'm kind of using heavier pressure because I'm being lazy. But when it comes to like hair and flicking, these will definitely hold a point because these are a harder lead. Not as hard as a Polly's, and they don't hold a point like a Lumi. Lumis are interesting because they're soft, but they still hold their point so well. It's kind of fascinating when you think about it, because you're like, you know, they blend really well. I mean, they are harder than a Prismacolor, but they're still pretty soft and creamy, and yet they hold that tip pretty good. So it's an interesting one. I do have some requests to use my Holbeins for hair, and don't worry, even though I'm not a Holbein's biggest fan, I will fulfill those requests. Man, I am sloppy. Where's my eraser? So yes, we will have some Holbein hair. And then I have like a few unicorn requests. Initially I had just one, but now I've got multiple unicorn hair requests with different brands. Y'all love your unicorn hair. It's totally fine. But like the first one was Castle Arts, I think. Unicorn hair with Castle Arts. Don't quote me on that. I gotta look it up. But I do have a unicorn hair with Holbeins, which actually would be a fun one, because they do have a ton of pastel colors, so I could do a light unicorn hair and have some fun. I've never done hair with Holbeins though, so that'll be interesting. And then, oh gosh, what was the other brand? I think Black Widow is also one of them. There was another brand, shoot, one that hasn't been requested a lot. Oh, Amazon Basics. Someone asked for a hair tutorial with Amazon Basics, which I think will be workable. They are soft, but not as soft as a Prisma. So we'll see how that turns out. Like I said, you guys can message me on Instagram, hit me up on my Facebook page, or just leave a comment in a video. A lot of you have been just leaving comments in videos and I've been writing them down, but same with this one. You feel free in the comments below to name a color and a pencil brand. Don't worry if you duplicate it. That actually tends to push them towards the top of my coloring queue, I'll call it. Because that's kind of why the red hair with Polly's went first. I had quite a few that requested that. And I'm still going to do like a traditional red with Polly's too. I just wanted to do that luscious like dark red one. There's so many ways a color can go. The most fascinating hair color to me, sharpening break, is actually brown. The other day someone was like, you know, asking me what color I find the most exciting to do on hair. I do enjoy like doing all the fun and funky ones, but honestly, the most fascinating one is brown. Brown hair, because brown hair can go so many ways. I mean, technically any hair color could, but brown, I mean, think about it. A lot of people have brown hair, but it's not exactly the same. Like, some of us have red undertones to our brown, you know? Some of us have even like some really dark, chocolatey, rich colors. Some of us have blonde mixed in, so you have like natural highlights. I mean, brown is some people think of it as just a plain Jane color, but to me it's like so in depth and has so many different undertones and highlights that you could add to it to make it completely unique. Like, brown is just crazy versatile. I mean, like I said on a picture not too long ago, I just started picking random colors to create a brown, and it worked because it's, you know, I added some blonde in there, I added, you know, a little touch of red, and the end of the day it looked like a, you know, a brown hair of sorts. I don't have the exact color of what it would be considered because I don't know hair that well, other than how to make it with pencils. But yeah, I just find brown hair so fascinating. Like, I actually look at people's hair in the sunlight, you know, including my own, and just see all the different tones that are in there. So if you're ever coloring hair, don't discount the brown. I mean, like, just look at your own hair and other people around you. Start seeing how, like, it bounces off the light and the unique colors that are in there. But yeah, that's why I always love brown and find it so fascinating. I really am loving the pinks, though, that I've been doing lately. Let's see. This is like an entire WIP Wednesday of me coloring leaves because we're almost at our hour. Coloring takes a long time, especially these double page spreads, and this isn't even a Kirby page, and I have a Kirby page in my TBCs. Ooh, which page was it? I think it was the fish one. Yeah, the fish. But that's gonna be a time consumer. But I'm still planning to get through that pile, even though I kind of have fallen behind with everything. I think I'm back on track now. And if I don't finish a page for my June TBCs, I can always roll them over into July. Like, I don't ever sit here and like go, oh gosh, I gotta finish this or crunch through or anything, because I just want to enjoy it. Like, I don't want it to be homework. Coloring is my happy place. I don't want to make it a job. Then that happy place goes away. Not on here. On this weekend, I probably will stream this weekend. Maybe on Sunday. Oh, it's so hard to say though, because hubby will be home that day. I love the man to death, but he is so loud. Not just loud, a loud person. Not even with his voice, but it's just anytime I'm recording, he seems to forget that I'm recording. And I don't have doors, so it's like, ah! So I would hate for that to just be on live stream. I mean, he closes cabinets loud, he walks loud. He's just, love the man to death, but he's just not good for your camera when it's picking all that noise. So we'll see. It'll either be Sunday or Saturday, but Saturday is so busy. My daughter's last practice for softball is that week. I gotta drive my son. So yeah, I'm just like, oh, do I have time to also stream that day? It might be later in the afternoon, probably, if it does. If not, I'll stream Sunday, and hopefully everyone here will be quiet like a mouse. That's my biggest worry. I know, like, I have my little snack sergeants pop in the background, but I want to try and avoid that because I know you can technically get in trouble for that from YouTube, so gotta be careful what's in the background of your YouTube. Like, I didn't even think of it the other day, but someone had told me how, like, they couldn't even have their kids watch TV in the background, you know, just to occupy them so that they could do their channel. Oops, I didn't even move this over here. Because, you know, you would get flagged by YouTube for that TV broadcasting in the background. And I was like, oh shoot, that is totally right. You would. So it's really hard to stream when you've got kids and noisy husbands. But I'm having a blast doing it. I mean, I've only done it twice, but so far it's been really fun. It's fun to interact with all of you who comment and watch, you know, live, because then, you know, it's not just one comment here and there. We're all chatting, joking about whatever. So it's really fun to do, and I'm gonna try and do it more. Like I said a long time ago, I definitely had planned to stream in the fall, most likely while the kids are at school, but and you know, less sports in the fall. But I've noticed quite a few of you stream during the day and people are still alive and watching, so that's good to know. Like if I ever just slap up a stream on a Wednesday morning, there's people that would actually be able to watch it. I mean, I try to hop into streams even if it's like during the day, if I'm working or something and I have it on in the background. But this week I've been really bad about watching anyone's videos or streams just because the internet snafu and then catching up. And I've been missing some good ones too. I watch them on replay though. But it's not as fun. Like, oh, I missed all the fun. All right. Well, I didn't even finish all those leaves. Look at that. An hour of leaves. Hopefully it's showing up well. Yeah, I don't know all about this purple. Like, part of me was just gonna switch to my Prismas and just keep going. I mean, I wanted to tough it out. I think though, once I add like the white and do some, you know, Posca or gel pen work and fill in everything, maybe these mushrooms won't bug me so much. And also, you know, while everyone is here, sharpen that a bit. You know, one thing I have never tried is the Caran d'Ache colorless blender with Black Widows. Let's see how that works, because maybe that'll fix some of my mushroom woes. I've done it with the Prismacolor one, and it did not like the way it worked out. Yeah, it doesn't move it much. Could be this paper too. Believe it or not, the pencil brand and paper will really determine how everything performs right down to your blender. Do I have a Prisma blender? How do I not have a Prisma blender at my desk? Where are they all going? Yeah, these purples just weren't blending the way I wanted them to, because, you know, they don't smush together. Oh, right at the end of my video, UPS showed up to take my Amazon return, so I had to jump out of my chair and catch him because I was like, it's not on my porch because it's so early. So I was like, oh, they're not gonna come yet. I have time. But wow, they're on top of it. I'm used to UPS at my old house. They would come in the afternoon, but out here they come really early. Yeah, I don't think this Caran d'Ache blender is gonna save it either. Let's try this one where it looks really bleh. And I'm not pressing hard with this. I don't know if I'm liking that either. I don't know, guys. The purple's just bugging me. It's bugging me. But either way, it is what it is. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last hour for another WIP Wednesday, number 22. Every time. I don't know what it is till I edit it, but I'm pretty sure we're on 22. So, and then again, thank you so much for participating in the 2K giveaway. I plan on doing more of those. They were fun. So just thank you, everyone, for your awesome support, comments, everything. It honestly means a lot. It just kind of, it's nice when you get responses, you know, so that you know, like, you're doing something and actually helping someone. So it was really great to read all of those. But I will catch you guys next week. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and hopefully I'll have some more tutorials and maybe even my live stream this weekend. So until then, take care.